So let's talk about the future of China in general, and I'm a bit concerned. I just made a couple of videos talking about how mass digital surveillance and too much AI can negatively impact civilization and can cause revolt. Well, I believe something like this might happen to China as well. China has a long history of catastrophic mistakes and making poor decisions in general. The Qing dynasty, the opium trade, civil wars, and of course Mao and his ideas of the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution. There have been very bad decision-making during those times. The result from the Cultural Revolution was mass chaos, destruction, and deaths. And China obviously has a really large population. So, in order to prevent chaos and to make management easier, and the fact that China is a communist-based country, they thought it was a good idea to use mass surveillance and social credit. It does work in some ways as it does reduce crime in China. But too much digital surveillance and artificial intelligence could make many people feel uncomfortable with their way of life. And I think it will only get worse. The 19th century was a difficult time for China. The corruption, wars, and views towards Western culture slowed down China's advancements with the early Industrial Revolution, and many countries took advantage of them. And Mao did not help at all with the advancement of China. China used to be way ahead of the game in terms of advanced civilizations, especially during the Tang and Song dynasties. So basically, China had to play catch-up and then dominate the world in terms of technology, especially now in the 21st century. But I feel like China is going to make more mistakes and repeat its history. It is good that big tech companies in the US are starting to backtrack on AI, digital surveillance, and data centers. Not sure how long that will last. And I believe other nations will do the same. I know that China has introduced new labor laws to protect employees from AI replacement, but I fear China will ignore other warning signs of AI and digital inclusion and surveillance and move forward with their technological agendas. And this will lead to breaking ties with other countries and becoming isolated again. They have already isolated themselves due to tariffs from the US and other countries. And the US is currently banning any Chinese robots or anything similar to those August 2026. The US and other nations could find ways to manufacture and trade cheaper items without the help of China. These nations could also progress civilization in a different direction, leaving China behind once again. And China could face civil pushback and another cultural revolution, but this time it will be against their tech-influenced government, and also a civil pushback against AI and mass surveillance. And I feel like something could happen to them that could negatively impact their country entirely, like when the Mongols and civil wars affected their country. So I hope China thinks really hard about their future advancement in technology, since they are currently at a good standing of their civilization despite the mass surveillance and digital control. Like, share, follow, and subscribe.